So, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever. Today we're going to tell you about the world of the microemotions and its precursors. Frank and Lillian Gilbreth. Frank and Lillian Gilbreth earned an eminent place in the field of management. Their research of microemotions improved productivity, eliminating wasted motions. They studied with camera techniques the unnecessary motions in the workers, reducing the fatigue and solved problems of low production. The results of their studies found the best way to encourage the production in factories, because all their work was based in the research of how to improve the scientific management. Time and motion studies are used together to achieve rational and reasonable results and find the best practice for implementing new working methods.
Biography. Frank Gilbreths was born on July 7, 1868, Fairfield, Connecticut. After the death of his father in 1871, Frank's mother took her family first to Massachusetts and then to Boston. On the other hand, Lillian Evelyn Moyer was born on May 24, 1878 in California. The oldest of 9 children, in 1895, Frank started his own contracting company with the goal to eliminate wasted time and reduce costs. On October 19, 1904, Frank married Lillian. The couple had 12 children. 2 of them wrote humorous accounts of their family life. The husband and wife, Frank and Lillian, believe in regulation and consistency in the workplace. That's because they started to apply their skills, Lillian in psychology and Frank in experience, of notion to finally find the link between psychology and management in 1913. The Gilbreths started the Summer School of Scientific Management, where they taught their methods. Frank also spent time in teaching and consulting. He eventually became an expert in rehabilitation of the injured. Lillian worked as a consultant on airplane after her husband Frank died of heart failure on 1924, and sooner she died on 1970.
Based on the hypothesis that the study of human motion characteristics will result in eliminating unnecessary motion, Frank invented the micromotion technique by taking motion pictures of the operation and a clock recording time in small intervals simultaneously with each part of the operation, and by charting the data on process graphs, he was able to analyze and evaluate the evidence of various motion patterns. It was also found that a simple modification of changing the position of a piece of the equipment could eliminate useless motions. In collaboration with his wife, Lillian, the research in micromotion studies gave them a thorough understanding of motion characteristics. Also, they applied their investigation to the factory situation. It was the one best way of doing work was found.
The psychograph was another experimental technique. It was an electric light bulb attached to the worker's hand, and by taking a time exposure, the worker's motion will record on the negative as a continuous series of the curves aided in the identification of unnecessary motions. Emerging from the micromotion studies and the psychograph studies was a fundamental part of the Gilbreths philosophy, because with the sufficient study, any method of work can be improved. Another important part of the Gilbreths philosophy was to research for discovering sound procedures to improve methods and reduce costs of manual work, never permitting poor research for its own sake to obscure the practical objectives of their experimentation.
The Gilbreths were the pioneers of ergonomics and industrial engineering. They studied how to do everyday things in a way that is more efficient than how we used to, with lots of creative experiments while raising a dozen children. The Taylorism is a way to divide the work and finish it faster, named in honor of Frank W. Taylor, where each member of the group has to do a part of the task. It all started when Frank Gilbreths was 17 years old and he was an assistant bricklayer. He noticed that every worker had a different way to do things, one faster than the other, so he decided to analyze and give advice to finish everything efficiently. So they changed from setting 175 bricks per hour to 550 per hour. From there, with all their experiments, the Gilbreths started to give the society faster ways to do things and even more comfortable for the people. In conclusion, the Gilbreths' hard work provides comfortable and simple ways to operate so that we don't have to spend too much energy on doing something that we can do in 2 moves. Thank you, Gilbreths.